Hey everyone, Shabby here and welcome to pool number 4 of the Cruiserweight Classic. These are the final 8 men looking to make their way through to the final 4. We have got for you Tommasso, Ciampa, Akira, Tozawa, Mustafa Ali, Drew Gulak, Roderick Strong, Sunil Singh, Lince, Dorado and Rey Mysterio. So of course we're going to have all of our first round matches here this evening, all of those 4 matches then in our next episode, of course, the semis and the final of this pool to see who will join the other 3 guys in the final 4. Without further ado, Tommasso Ciampa versus Akira Tozawa awaits. And here he is then, the first man in this pool, Tommasso Ciampa. Many people's favourite to win this 3rd, or 4th, sorry, should I say, seed. And I sort of do fancy him, but there's some big names in this one, it really is. Rey Mysterio Jr., Roderick Strong. It's very, very difficult for Tommasso Ciampa, who of course is going to get an opportunity at the NXT Championship pretty soon as well, in our other universe mode. But talking of very difficult opponents, this could be a real slipping point for Tommasso Ciampa straight away. Akira Tozawa here, very well liked, and I feel like somebody who is going to have a good run in this tournament, but of course he's got to get past his massive hurdle first, and that will be Tommasso Ciampa. And the bell goes, we are underway, and you've got to think if Akira Tozawa could pull off a win here against Tommasso Ciampa, then he probably would gain the momentum that he would need to go very, very far in this competition. I mean, there's a lot of very, very good names in this competition. Of course, the Final 4 has been a little bit interesting, isn't it? Really has been interesting, the Final 4, so it's going to leave it really open. We could have a very surprise first Cruiserweight champion in WWE 205 Live, our Universe mode. I'm going to let you into a little secret now as well. It's a sort of bonus for the people that are watching all the videos going up on the channel. We are going to be crowning one of our new champions. I don't know, this might cause some controversy, but I'm hoping you guys will be happy with it. We are going to crown one of our new champions at the Shabby Takeover pay-per-view in NXT as well. I think since the 2 rosters are very closely linked and there's a lot of sort of people that go across both rosters, I think we'll crown our first light heavyweight champion there. My plan is also to crown the first tag team champions at the finale of the Cruiserweight Classic as well. So the idea would be to have the 2 semi-finals matches, which it looks like we've been decided to do. Then have the tag team championship match, which I think is going to be some sort of fatal 4-way elimination tag team match, I think might be the best bet. Just to showcase as many names as we can. And then of course we'll crown the champion as well. That should mean that we will start in... Oh, nice submission locked in by Tommasso Ciampa. It means when we actually start the 205 Live Universe mode, all of our champions will be crowned, which I'm looking forward to seeing actually. Also, I don't want to be that guy. I really don't, but I've done it, and I feel so dirty doing it, to be honest with you. But since I'm very much someone, I've enjoyed YouTube for years, and I've never done this myself. But if you are unlike me and you want to give back, I have set up a Patreon page. I'm not pushing, not forcing. It's just there if you want it. It's in the description down below. There are some perks if you're interested. If you pay the highest tier, which I think is $20 a month. We'll record a show for you based you'll get to write the show, I'll record it, we'll put it on the channel, you'll get the shout outs and obviously the all of the I've forgotten the words now. So this is how bad I am at this sort of stuff. I don't like it. I mean, I don't want to be asking people for money. I do this because I enjoy it, but the problem is obviously it costs a lot of money to do simple things like a microphone that I've got. It cost 80 quid, this microphone. I mean, and my game recorder costs about 120 quid, so just those 2 items, that's 200 quid, but I enjoy doing it, so I'm not going to stop just if I don't get money from Patreon, that sort of stuff, but it's there just in case people do want to do that. Anyway, I'm going to stop with that now, because I really don't like doing that sort of stuff, but either way. Right, Tommasso Ciampa now stalking the grounded Akira Tozawa. Of course, he would love to get the early win here, that would really help him out, and obviously regain some of his energy for our next episode. There is the move there, which I can never remember what it's called, but it is enough for Tommasso Ciampa to knock out Akira Tozawa in what's been quite a quick and easy match for Tommasso Ciampa. I thought Akira Tozawa might offer up a bit more of a problem than that for Tommasso Ciampa, but evidently not. And Ciampa is victorious and moves through to the second round of pool number 4 here in the Cruiserweight Classic. I'm enjoying this Cruiserweight Classic. Hoping you guys are as well. Hoping I haven't gone over the top with the amount of people, but you know, we've had 32 names in here. I think it's quite a decent amount. I will look to do some more of these sort of tournaments as we go through. I like the idea of maybe having a tournament before a universe mode, just to either crown a champion or maybe a #1 contender and that sort of thing. So I like that idea, and Tommaso Ciampa's very happy here. He's moving on to the second round, but who will be his opponent in the second round? We're going to find out right now in our next match. And here is that second match. It is going to be Mustafa Ali taking on Drew Gulak. Now, I'm looking forward to this one because it's a great chance for us to actually see both of these guys for the first time. Not used either of them yet, so looking forward to this one. First up, Mustafa Ali really has stepped up this year, of course. Held the championship for a while and really getting the crowd behind him as well. I quite like the lad and be interested to see how he fares in our 205 Live Universe mode. However, unfortunately for Mustafa Ali, he has taken on one of my favourites, Drew Gulak. Met the guy a couple of times in the UK. He is a really nice guy, actually. Knows a lot about wrestling and is very, very talented as well. Not just in the ring, but also probably one of the best talkers in 205 Live, which makes him such a valuable character. And a fantastic heel, which again makes him a very, very valuable character for the 205 Live roster. So we are ready to get underway then. Mustafa Ali versus Drew Gulak. Of course, this is going to be very much a case of trying to dominate the start of the match. I'm sure Mustafa Ali is going to want it to be fast-paced, and he's going to want to get up and around and springboard and all that sort of stuff, whereas Drew Gulak will want to try and keep it more grounded, keep it more slow, and keep it at his pace. I think whoever can control the pace of this match will probably go on to win at the moment. That is Drew Gulak. So I'm a fan of Drew Gulak, his style. I mean, I used to be very against this sort of slow, methodical style when I was younger, but as I've grown older, I've really come to appreciate the actual style itself. Like, for example, when I was younger, I used to hate Chris Benoit. I think I mentioned the story a few times. I used to absolutely hate any match involving Chris Benoit, and to an extent, Dean Malenko, but that's when I was quite young, and I didn't quite understand the way that wrestling was back then. But now, as I've got older, I've sort of appreciate the more technical wrestlers a bit more and really appreciate the storytelling that they actually put into a match. I mean, it's great having the high flyers and all that sort of stuff, and it's very entertaining to watch, but having someone like a Drew Gulak on the roster really just allows something to... a little bit of change, a little bit of variation in everything. I mean, I love Cruiserweight Wrestling as much as the next guy. I could watch the people springing around and pinging off ropes and this, that, and the other for hours. I really could. But still, just having that Drew Gulak match in the middle is just outstanding, I think. Did we have Drew Gulak versus Zack Sabre Jr. in the Cruiserweight Classic? Was that when Gulak was eliminated? Now, that was an absolute technical masterclass. I absolutely loved that match. I might even go back and watch it, actually, to be honest with you. And I've got a question for you guys. Well, I'm going to go back for a question of the day. I don't often do this, but it's interesting every now and again. How realistic do you want to keep this roster? That's my question to you. How realistic do you want to keep this roster? I mean, if I was to make Will Ospreay turn up, for example, would that be something that you guys would be interested in? Or would that be something that you guys would feel is just breaking the mold of the universe mode? If the Young Bucks turned up, I mean, there's possibility this could happen. The Young Bucks could turn up, obviously not in 205 Live probably, but if they turned up again, would that be something you guys would be interested in, or would you think that would just take it away from what it should be? And again, with the likes of Phoenix maybe, or Dorado. I mean, we do have a lot of roster members on this roster anyway. We don't really need to bring many more in, but would you guys be interested if I did bring in sort of like an indie name or two just to try and bolster the roster up? It didn't really need bolstering that much, to be honest with you, but yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. As almost a victory there from the inverted 450 by... I keep getting this wrong, don't I? It is a 450 senton, isn't it? Yeah, no? 450 splash. It's a 630 senton I got wrong, wasn't it, with the Ricochet last episode? I called it a 640, I think. I gift him an extra 10 degrees that he didn't deserve. Nice submission locked in there by Drew Gulak, and Mustafa Ali's dominated a large portion of this match, but can Drew pull off the victory with this submission? No. Mustafa Ali able to break free. But yeah, that's my question to you then, guys, about seeing maybe a few more unrealistic names, I suppose, for WWE. But remember, this is not WWE, this is SWE, so we've got a little bit of license for change. I think we've brought legends in a bit more with NXT. Maybe there are some legends I was thinking of bringing in for this roster as well. I think a lot of them are quite obvious. As Gulak again with another submission locked in. I think Gulak's going to be very, very good for this roster. I think Gulak will also be very, very good when we get around to Throwdown as well, because of course Throwdown's going to have that submission-only championship, and I think Gulak might be very, very good for that. So yeah, it's up to you guys what you want to see, I suppose. And of course, what I've also done, sorry to go back to it, I said I wouldn't go back to it, but on Patreon as well, I have put on there that if you are a Patreon, you will get a little bit more power when it comes to decisions like that. You'll get priority over decisions and things like that as well. So yeah, just another thing to keep in mind. Again, I'm not pushing anyone to do anything. I'll happily admit to anyone that I don't sign up to anyone for Patreon. I'm terrible with money anyway, so I can barely afford to feed myself, let alone somebody else. So, you know, Drew Gulak, I think he's doing pretty well here. I mean, Mustafa Ali's hit some very high impact, high pace, high density. High density is not a right word, is it? High risk, yep, maneuvers with that inverted 450 especially. But Gulak just seems to come back with one or two like takedowns or even submissions. But now with Mustafa Ali heading up to the top again, is he going to go inverted 450 again? It looks like he is. Boom, hits it. Middle of the ring, drops into the pin. Surely that's going to be enough this time for the 1, the 2, and the 3 count. Mustafa Ali wins the match, and he will go on to face off against Tommaso Ciampa in the semi-finals in our next video. It was a really good match, actually. I really enjoyed this one. I mean, Drew Gulak has really got that submission aspect of his character nailed down. And I'm thinking of maybe, I know this is already a thing, isn't it, in NXT with, not NXT, 205 Live with Drew Gulak and Jack Gallagher, but I'm thinking of maybe adding, I don't know, Noam Dar into that picture as well. I think Noam Dar and Jack Gallagher can make a quite effective submission-style tag team, and they are very much, Noam Dar, Jack Gallagher and Drew Gulak are very much the more ground-based guys here in 205 Live. Also, remember, talking about bringing random people in, how do we feel about people like Travis Banks, for example? That's another question for you. Here we go then, our third match of the evening. It's not been a great tournament so far for Undisputed Era, but Roderick Strong is going to have an opportunity as he takes on Sunil Singh in what really should be an easy first round match for him. And here he comes then, Roderick Strong. Like I said, somebody who really needs to get a strong performance here for the Undisputed Era. All 3 men have already been knocked out in previous pulls, and now this is Roderick Strong's chance to prove himself to the rest of the guys. And it should be a decently easier first round for him, really. And here comes his opponent then, Sunil Singh. And I said it's an easy match for Roderick Strong, but I don't really want to put this guy down. I mean, I think the Singh brothers are a lot better than what they've been given a chance to show at the moment, and I'm a little bit annoyed really that they've never really pulled the trigger on them as a tag team. I mean, they could be a fantastic heel tag team for SmackDown and have a good run. I mean, they're always backing up Jinder. There's no reason why Jinder couldn't back these 2 guys up, which is what I've mentioned once or twice before. I did get a couple of comments in the previous video about what I said, and I'll reiterate a bit more my idea behind it was to have Jinder Mahal as the manager for these 2 rather than an in-ring competitor. But if it does come to a point where he does compete in one match, maybe, I don't know, but would you consider seeing Jinder Mahal as the Singh's manager at all in this universe mode to help them get a bit more of a heel edge? I don't know, let me know. Right then, we are underway. Roderick Strong versus Sunil Singh. Of course, Samir Singh in the previous episodes or the previous poll was eliminated in the first round, but did put on a very, very good performance. And now this is Sunil Singh's chance to show what he can do. But of course, it's not going to be easy against Roderick Strong, and a Roderick Strong who needs a strong performance, pun intended, to really show the strength that the Undisputed Era have. I mean, the Undisputed Era will be part of our Tag Team Championship match coming up in the finals, which is, of course, only a couple of videos away now. And I think probably if Samir Singh or Sunil Singh here gets knocked out, I think the Singh brothers will also be part of that tournament, of that tag team match, as probably will the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. And I'm sure there's another tag team I can probably put in there. I can't think of one at the moment, to be honest. I'm sure there's another tag team I've got in this universe mode. Potentially, we can't do Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, can we? I'm sure there's a... Oh, look at that super kick that was. I'm sure there'll be another tag team we can squeeze in. But already that's 3 pretty good tag teams to have in that tag team championship match. And like I said, in case you missed it earlier, we're going to be crowning the Cruiserweight champion as the winner of this tournament, which is going to be the main belt for 205 Live. We're also going to be crowning the first Cruiserweight tag team champions at that finale as well, the Cruiserweight Classic finale. And we are also going to be crowning the first light heavyweight champion, which is going to be the mid-card belt. And we will do that at Shabby Takeover. We're going to have a little bit of a crossover episode. Nice Sunil Singh taking Roderick Strong down. Strong slowly getting back up to his feet, using the ropes for assistance. And Sunil Singh here has been fantastic. He really has. I mean, I wasn't expecting to put this much of a fight up, to be honest. I really thought Roderick Strong would win this match very, very quickly. Strong throwing Sunil Singh. But the thing is with Strong is he's been at this game for a very, very long time now. He knows about resilience. He knows how to hold on. He knows how to pick his opportunities. And that could be what he's doing here against Sunil Singh. And I'm really confused now because I mentioned both of them. I'm confused to make sure I got the right one. I'm sure I've got the right one. It is Sunil Singh. Samir Singh was in the third pool. Interesting little showing off maneuver there by Sunil Singh. I probably should just call Singh, shouldn't I? It'd be a bit easier, wouldn't it, really? Nice clothesline there in the corner. And he is in firm control of Roderick Strong. That's what's surprising me here. Of course, don't forget, one more match left for you in this pool. And that is going to be Rey Mysterio versus Lince Dorado. So a real chance to see some real high-flying activity. A real Lucha Libre style match, that one. Strongest air kick in there, completely missing the back of Sunil Singh. They went for the drop kick and missed it again. Sunil Singh, nice suplex. Almost folds Roderick Strong on the back of his neck. And Sunil Singh taking Roderick Strong up on his shoulders. Oh, drops him down. Is he going to win this? There's no way Roderick Strong's going to get knocked out in the first round, surely. Oh, he kicked out. Wow, that was very, very close, to say the least. Very, very close. Now, Sunil Singh willing Roderick Strong back up to his feet. Strong is back up, but Singh got caught out there by Strong, who was playing possum. And if Roderick Strong comes back from this, he's gonna show a lot of resilience, really, because he got hit there pretty heavy. And the screen goes black. What's going on? What? Wow, that's a really cool. That's really cool how that worked. That's really cool how that worked. The problem is that why on earth has Bray Wyatt just done that for? Oh, this bloody game. And now what? And now Aleister Black's turned up. When it rains, it pours. It really does. This is a... What's that, Aleister Black and... Aleister Black's got a baseball bat. What the hell just happened here? Oh my god, I don't know. Aleister Black we can get away with because I think Aleister Black is probably the correct weight to be part of this universe mode. However, Aleister Black attacking Sunil Singh for me does not make any sense whatsoever. This is a real bizarre match. Let's just ignore that happened, okay? Let's just ignore it. Yeah. We had this in Pool A, didn't we, where Noam Dar was assaulted by someone. Now the controller's died as well. What a comedy of cock-ups here, I tell you. Right, I'm just putting the controller on charge. There we go. Come on. Come on. Come on, there we go. What a comedy of cock-ups that was for a couple of minutes, I tell you. I must admit, that Bray Wyatt thing is pretty awesome, and we'll have to utilise that if we do get Bray Wyatt in a roster. Of course, we are looking to do Raw at some point. We've also got Carnage, which Bray Wyatt is part of as well. So, a lot of cool stuff that we can squeeze Bray Wyatt into, and that's a real cool little attack he's got there. It's just a shame you don't get the proper, yep. You know what I mean. Roderick Strong dropping Sunil Singh face first. It's been a really weird match with two guys that really just wanted to get some airtime, maybe. I've got no idea, but Aleister Black, here we go. Second question of the day. Aleister Black. Does he get involved in this universe mode? I mean, he's not part of the tournament. However, I would imagine, I think he is actually under the weight limit, so we could utilise him. He would be a very interesting addition to this roster. He really would. So, there's your two questions about realism, utilising certain people that might be a little bit out of the question, but who knows? I mean, the likes of Will Ospreay, Neville, Austin Aries returning, the likes of Marty Scurll maybe, Zack Sabre Jr. You let me know on that one. Of course, also let me know what you think about the situation with Aleister Black. Would he suit this roster? I believe his weight is correct. Who knows? But Roderick Strong goes through to the next round. Let's forget that match ever happened, eh? And here is our final match of the first round of pool number 4. Lince Dorado takes on Rey Mysterio Jr. And here is then Lince Dorado. We saw him for the first time in NXT a few episodes back, and he did look pretty cool, actually. So it's our first chance of seeing him here on 205 Live as well. But you got a question for Lince Dorado. Is this just going to be a step too far for him as Rey Mysterio Jr., the legendary luchador, makes his way down to the ring for his first appearance here on 2K19 as well?
And his opponent.
So here we go. Rey Mysterio versus Lince Dorado. We are underway. The winner of this one, of course, does get Roderick Strong in the second round in our next video. Along with, of course, the other match between Tommaso Ciampa and Mustafa Ali. It's going to be a very interesting pool 4. It's going to be a very interesting final 4 as well. Lince Dorado taking control of the opening portion of this match. But of course, like I said in the previous match as well, there's a lot of experience in the mind of Rey Mysterio. He will know the best time to strike. He will know the best time to push himself. There's luchas, isn't there? That's what I think the tag teams earlier, wasn't I? And I knew there was other tag teams, right? So you got the Lucha Dragons of Kalisto and Sin Cara, and then maybe Lucha House Party of Gran Metalik and Lince Dorado. Could we use them as two separate luchas? I think so. Ooh, I can smell. It's also really sweet all of a sudden. That's that, isn't it? Yeah. I can smell something really sweet, and I couldn't figure out what it was. I just realised it's my can of cider I left on the side yesterday. It's like, I'm sure that's not very good when you can smell weird smells, but it's fine. It's strawberry and lime cider. We're fine. I must come across these videos that I drink an awful lot. I don't drink that much. Probably drink more than I should do, to be honest, but hey ho. It's the weekend, what are you going to do? Lince Dorado now wrenching back at the leg of Rey Mysterio, and that's a clever maneuver. Rey, like a lot of these luchadors, likes to fly, likes to use his springboards and that sort of stuff, so taking out the leg is definitely going to be something that will reduce his offense moving forward. Rey back in control of a nice snap suplex on Lince Dorado. A boot in the spine as well. Lince, big uppercut on Rey Mysterio. Springs him into the corner, face first, or back elbow by Ray. Sending Lince into the corner now. Don't know what he's got planned, but Lince reverses it. It's very back and forth at the moment. These two guys know each other very well, and that's the difficult thing with being Rey Mysterio, is that all of these luchas that have been watching you for 15, 20 years now know your entire moveset. They've studied you to develop themselves as wrestlers. So they know you. However, they can still get caught out by a 619 and a... maybe not. As Ray heads up to the top turnbuckle instead. Went for the missile dropkick, and Ray completely hashed that one. Really hashed that one. Ray now taking Dorado up on his shoulders, drops him in the electric chair. Now Ray heads up top. Looking for the frog splash, of course. That is his homage to Eddie Guerrero, his good friend. But knees were up by Lince Dorado, who now drops the boots in the spine of Rey Mysterio. Dorado heads back up to the top. Shooting star press. There's the pin. Referee is so slow to get down. It's unbelievable. But it's still enough. Lince Dorado has just defeated Rey Mysterio Jr. for what could possibly be the biggest win of his career. And you've still got to think though that Ray really missed an opportunity here. Really missed an opportunity. He finally went for the frog splash, but Lince was able to get the knees up. And there's that shooting star press. Beautiful shooting star press, really. So smooth in the air. Perfectly landed. And it was enough to get the victory. And Lince Dorado, that is a huge, huge victory for him over Rey Mysterio. And Lince Dorado continues on in this tournament. Right, so that means our semi-finals for the next video are going to be Tommaso Ciampa versus Mustafa Ali, and Roderick Strong versus Lince Dorado. And the winners of those two matches will collide as well in the finals. So, that's the end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, please do hit a like and of course subscribe if you want to see some more. We'll be back in a few days' time for the final 3 matches of this pool in the tournament. And then it is the finish line on the horizon. Of course, that final video in this playlist will have the 2 semi-finals from basically utilising the 4 people that win the 4 pools. We'll have 2 semi-finals, then we'll have the Tag Team Championship match, and then we'll have the finals. We'll crown our first Cruiserweight champion and our first Cruiserweight Tag Team champions in that one show. If you have enjoyed this one, please do hit a like, subscribe, and all that other good stuff, and I will see you again in 2 days' time. I keep thinking I'm repeating this over and over again. I'm pretty sure I am. Anyway, if you have enjoyed this one, please do. I did that on purpose that time. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.
The 1, 2, 3.